Life beyond 80. Harder to fix, easier to laugh about, and surprisingly meaningful. Welcome to the club. Turning 80 is no small feat. It's like being inducted into a secret society where the password is, wait, what was I saying? You've outlived bad haircuts, questionable diets, obsolete technology, and perhaps a few ex-lovers. Some of us are an exception to that rule, and at this point, you don't just have stories, you are one. So why is 80 such a milestone? And why does everything from bending down to remembering where the remote is suddenly feel like a high-stakes mission? Let's explore that realistically, respectfully, and with a healthy dose of humor, which, by the way, is still one of the best medicines that doesn't come with side effects or a 10-page warning label. Why 80 is the new frontier. It's a statistical summit. Reaching 80 used to be an anomaly. Now it's a milestone, but still a big one. You're in a demographic elite, especially if you're active, independent, and still asking the big question, like, where did I put my socks? Your body's doing its best. Biologically speaking, systems have been operating for 8 decades. That's not wear and tear. That's vintage craftsmanship. Of course, repairs take longer, and replacement parts don't always come with warranties. But hey, your heart's still beating, and your brain, while maybe slower, is still full of wisdom, wit, and probably a few song lyrics from the 50s. The brain shifts gears, but not for everyone. Cognitive changes do happen, but it's not all decline. Your processing speed may slow, but emotional regulation, pattern recognition, and vocabulary often improve. That's why older adults are better at resolving conflicts and calling out BS when they see it. Why things get harder but more profound. Low battery mode is real. Energy becomes a precious resource. Morning coffee becomes non-negotiable. And if your calendar includes more than 2 events in a day, it might require a nap and a strategy meeting. The body has its own options. Your knees forecast the weather better than any app. Your back negotiates with you every time you pick something up. But even with more physical limitations, many find a deeper appreciation of the body and all it's carried them through. Time feels different. You may not rush anymore, but you value your time more. Every visit, every call, every sunset feels richer. That slowness, that's not weakness, that's intentional living. Humor is a superpower. Let's be honest, humor is one of the best survival tools you've got. Hearing loss. You now have the perfect excuse to ignore political debates, gossip, and any conversation that starts with, you should. Forgetfulness. It's like living in a constant state of déjà vu. That book you're reading? Always a plot twist. Body noises, pops, cracks, wheezes. Congratulations, you're now a one-person jazz band. Humor doesn't solve everything, but it softens the edges and keeps you connected to yourself and to others. The ability to laugh even when the body rebels is a quiet kind of heroism. What gets better after 80? Perspective. You've seen enough to know what really matters. You're done sweating the small stuff, and you know it's all small stuff. Freedom. You're no longer trying to impress anyone. If you want to eat desserts first, wear mismatched socks, or go to bed at 7 p.m., you've earned it. Clarity. You may forget names, but you remember values. You know kindness matters, presence matters, the rest optional. Legacy. Whether it's through mentoring, storytelling, or just being an example of grace under pressure, you've got something to pass on that no one else does. Your unique perspective. The final word, keep climbing. Life after 80 isn't about perfection. It's about presence. It's not about how fast you move, but how deeply you live. Sure, the terrain gets bumpier. Yes, you might need more rest stops, but the views, they're spectacular. So laugh when the elevator music is from your teen years. Smile when the doctor calls you young lady or young man. And when you catch yourself saying, back in my day, own it, because this is your day too. And if someone asks how it's going, feel free to say, at 80 plus, everything hurts. And I've never felt more alive. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye, and thanks for reading, watching, and listening.